Hello, welcome to today's edition of Citi News Daily on Citi TV. My name is Zoe Abu-Baidoo. Coming up, some NPP youth groups in the country agitate ahead of the release of the list of MMDCEs, but the party calls for calm. We have the details of this and many more. Do stay. We move straight into our story where a group calling itself the Concerned Youth of Atiwa has besieged the residence of the Member of Parliament for the Atiwa East constituency, Abuna Osei Asari, who doubles as a Deputy Minister of Finance, in protest of the appointment of a DCE from Atiwa East. The group, numbering over 200, also demonstrated through the principal streets of Ininem. Speaking on Citi News Daily, the Member of Parliament for the area, whose residence was ransacked in the process, said the incident is criminal and culprits, if found, should be dealt with according to the law. Now, in a related development, there have been similar agitations from some youth groups across the country ahead of the President's imminent release of names of metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives. In the Upper East region, for instance, the regional minister, Raksin Bukari, today held a meeting with aspirants to call for calm and also cautioned their supporters not to engage in actions that will dent the image of the president and his nominee. Meanwhile, in the northern region, the regional minister, Salifu Said, has also met with the party's constituency chairman in a bid to prevent any trouble when the list is finally released. But ahead of the announcement, the New Patriotic Party is urging its party supporters who may be aggrieved when the list is out not to take the law into their own hands. So today marks World Malaria Day, and the World Health Organization has announced a coordinated malaria vaccine implementation program for Ghana, Kenya and Malawi after unveiling a new malaria vaccine in Kenya over the weekend. Now, the injectable vaccine, RTSS, was developed to protect young children from the most deadly form of malaria. The launch of this new vaccine coincides with today's celebration under the theme End Malaria for Good, Invest in Malaria. The Programs Officer of the National Malaria Control Program, James Frimpong, told Citi News that although the clinical trial was conducted in 2 centers in the country, the main implementation will be rolled out next year. So we move to the western region now, where one person is reported dead with 2 others in critical condition after a car in which they were in fell into an abandoned mining pit at Abu-Baidoo, a suburb of Takwa in the western region. Now, the police say the deceased, who insisted to drive the car, sped into an abandoned mining pit close to the road. Narrating the incident to Citi News Daily, the Takwa Divisional MTTD Commander, Superintendent Victoria Yamwa, said the 2 other passengers were in their custody to assist with investigations. Let's still stay in that region because the 5 Chinese and their Ghanaian counterparts who were arrested in March this year for mining on River Ankobra have been found to have violated Ghana's immigration laws. This is according to the senior state attorney in that region, George Saki. Now, 6 other offences were proffered against the 10 accused persons when the case was called for the 3rd time at the Secondary High Court 1. After deliberations on the case in court yesterday, at the Secondary High Court 1, the presiding judge, Justice Edward Amwako Asante, dismissed for the 3rd time a bail application filed by counsel for the 5 Chinese nationals and their 5 Ghanaian counterparts. He ordered for their release from police custody to be remanded into prison custody to reappear before it on Wednesday, May 3, 2017. Some pedestrian walkways and open spaces in Accra have become refuse dumping sites for commuters, residents, and sometimes even some staff of the organizations responsible for collecting rubbish. The walkway under the old Achimota overhead, for example, is one of the affected areas with a small heap of refuse almost spilling over. The waste collectors under the Zoom Lion National Youth Employment Program module, who spoke to Citi News Daily, said they were authorized by their authorities to gather the rubbish on the pavement for pickup. Now, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA, reacting to the issue, said it is overwhelmed by the indiscriminate dumping of refuse at the undesignated points. The AMA's public relations officer, Numo Blafo III, admitted it will be difficult for the assembly to apprehend perpetrators of the act. He, however, assured that his outfit is still working with the service providers to make the city cleaner. Meanwhile, few hours after Citi News Daily reported on the matter, the heap of refuse at the Achimota overhead was seen cleared by Zoom Lion. And that will be all for today on this edition of Citi News Daily on Citi TV. My name is Zoe Abu-Baidoo. Thanks for watching.